Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Fine.
Oh,
I'm
great,
good.
great.
So there are 6 counts here.
Okay.
The first 3 are assignment / dealing with mineral rights without approval. That's the first 3.
Assignment.
Yes. The
Dealing
first 3
with-
fall under
Okay.
assignment.
The first 3
Yes.
counts.
Dealing with mineral rights without approval.
Okay.
And the last 3 deals with purposely facilitating unlicensed mining operation.
Okay.
So let me take the first 3. Count 1. Chairman Wontumi, that is A1, Section 14(1) and Section 99(2)(b), Act 703, as amended by Act 995. He allegedly gave permission to Ogum and IEC
Okay.
to mine within Akunta concession without prior written ministerial approval.
Okay.
He gave permission to these 2 individuals to mine in Akunta concession without prior written ministerial approval. That's the first count. Second count, A2, Kwame Entry,
Okay.
same offense and law as count 1.
Okay.
Alleged as director of Akunta mining. Status, he is at large, he's not around. So
Okay.
there's
Okay.
no recorded
Okay.
sentencing
Okay.
that has been given
Okay.
him. Count 3, A3, Akunta Mining Company Limited. So A3 is Akunta Mining Company
Okay.
Limited. Same offense and law. Alleged permission to the same 2 individuals,
Ogum AEC.
Okum and AEC,
Okum. Okay.
to mine within its concession without prior written ministerial approval. So those are the first 3 counts. So the next 3 counts, which falls under purposely facilitating unlicensed mining operation.
Okay.
So count 4, the same A1 again. Remember, the first 3 is under granting permission.
Okay.
The next 3 counts, Section 992, Act 703, as amended by Act 995, alleged purposeful facilitation.
Alleged purposeful facilitation.
Yes, of Okum and IEC to mine without license within Akunta concession.
Okay.
So count 5 is for the person at large, so I'll skip that one. Or should I?
No, you can skip it. No
Yes.
problem.
Then count 6, A3, which is the mining company, Akunta Mining.
Okay.
Same offense and law, alleged purposeful facilitation of Okum and IEC to mine without license within its concession.
Okay.
So
those are the counts.
Those are the counts.
Okay. So there are 6 counts, but you are saying it's been broken down into 3 charges.
2 parts.
2 parts.
2 parts.
So you said assignment.
Exactly.
Dealing with minerals rights without approval?
Without ministerial approval.
Okay. Then the second part.
Facilitating.
Okay. Facilitation.
Exactly.
That's where they allege purposeful facilitation to mine without license.
Exactly.
So they have the concession.
Absolutely.
What the state is alleging is that they've given out the concession for illegal activities.
Absolutely.
Without seeking the prior approval of the minister.
Exactly.
Okay. And that's the breach.
That's a breach.
Okay. And that's why they were before court. Okay.
So laws violated and legal element applied by the court.
Okay.
Section 14(1) of Act 703, a mineral right shall not be transferred, assigned, mortgaged, otherwise encumbered, or dealt in without the minister's prior written approval.
Okay.
That's the first law violated.
Okay.
The second one, Section 992(b), Act 703, as amended, criminalizes acting, instigating, counseling, procuring, aiding, facilitating, encouraging, or promoting contraventions of Act 703, where no specific penalty is provided.
Okay.
So that's the second law they violated. Third, Section 59, Act 703, and LI 2174. Mine support services, including reclamation, require proper registration / licensing.
Okay.
This became relevant even to the defense claim of reclamation only. You know, there was Wontumi's legal team claimed that the guys were engaged to do reclamation.
Okay.
and not to mine.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the guys themselves said they were engaged to mine.
Okay.
So there was contradiction there.
Okay.
But
so the two persons at the center of this is Okum and Aisi.
Absolutely.
Both Okum and Aisi are alleging that Wontumi gave them the concession to mine.
Yeah.
Wontumi is claiming that he gave them the concession to do reclamation.
Exactly.
Oh, interesting. I'll come back. We'll come back and continue with this because we'll now go to the reasoning of the judge. But let's speak to Awula Serwaa, who is coordinator, Eco-Conscious Citizens. Thank you very much for your time, Madam. And I hope you're well.
Good morning to you and your listeners.
And it's, well, I don't know whether the word to use is nice, but thank you very much for agreeing to speak to us this morning. I'm sure it's one thing you have been speaking on since yesterday, the subject of Wontumi's imprisonment. How did it come to you?
Well, you see, nobody takes pleasure in anybody being convicted. Nobody takes pleasure in it. But our focus is on the environment. We currently face an existential threat. Our landscape is being devastated. Our river body is poisoned. So anything that is going to send a strong message that this impunity, this ecocide must stop, we welcome it. The level of destruction was clear a very long time ago. Our brother Erastus Asaredonko had exposed it. Media Against Galamsey, Martin Pebu, so many others had said this has to stop. But it was ongoing. So if finally, sanity has prevailed, the Wontumi has been arrested, prosecuted, and found guilty, this should only send a strong message to all those involved in ecocide, whether in the past administration or in this current administration or close to this current administration, that justice will prevail.
Because in our discussions, we've always raised the question of who are behind these people, that we are always going after the small fishes and always miss the money bags and also the people who actually facilitate this. For you, this is significant.
It is significant, but it cannot remain just Chairman Wontumi. Even under the past administration, we had Professor Frimpong Boateng's report. What has happened to it? It wasn't only Chairman Wontumi who was mentioned. Now, under this current administration, His Excellency the President himself has admitted that persons close to the party or associated with the party might be involved. You see, it's not sufficient to lament. Illegal mining is a criminal offense. The police need to do their work, investigate, and whoever is involved, whether Kwame down the road or the powerful persons who have enough money to bring in the excavators, the powerful people who feel protected or shielded, also has to be dealt with. Names have been mentioned of NCEs, DCEs, ministers who are allegedly involved. They should be properly investigated, and when the evidence is clear, they should be prosecuted. We have to make it clear that we are serious about tackling illegal mining and the ongoing ecocide. I mean, let me say this. Confanoche Hospital has told us that the number of kidney disease cases has gone up 4 times. Kidney disease is a very serious disease to have. We know that there are deformed babies being born. We know that our water bodies, over 60% have been poisoned. We don't want to wait for every Ghanaian to be dropping dead before we draw a line and say that we are going after those who are financing this catastrophe.
I see. Interesting. So you're saying this government cannot end there. There are more cases to deal with when it comes to people under the former administration, and also the president's whole admission means that he needs to deal with his own people too.
Of course, we have to deal with everybody. We can't just leave Chairman Wontumi as the poster boy for illegal mining and say we tick the box. He's been arrested, prosecuted, convicted, end of story. Of course not. This is only the beginning, only the first step. Illegal mining is going on. As we speak, there are transfers on our water bodies. Our waters are being diverted. There are illegal miners in our forest reserve. Take Atiwa Forest Reserve, a once pristine forest reserve. 3 rivers take their source from Atiwa. Now there are illegal miners there. We know that in the rest of our forest reserves. So what are we waiting for? And we know that whenever there are excavators, Kojo down the road cannot afford the excavator. So what I'm saying is that, well done, one person has been convicted. I'm not taking pleasure in it, but I'm interested in the environment, and anything that's going to protect the environment, I have to be happy with it. But the ball cannot stop with Chairman Wontumi. We have to go after all the others. Otherwise, it will seem to be one-sided and selective.
But the MPP is convinced. In fact, the whole party is throwing their weight behind Chairman Wontumi. They are saying that he's a political prisoner, that he did absolutely nothing wrong. They are convinced of the fact that, of his innocence. That
Well, if they are really convinced of that, I mean, that's very astonishing. We know that very detailed investigations were done. A lot of evidence was presented. So it's very disappointing that any party would not look at Ghana, the welfare of Ghana and the people, and just look at their political party. I think that is very sad. I think anybody who is a patriot will see that there was evidence. The judge didn't just get up and convict Chairman Wontumi. So I do not think that this is a position to take. I think patriots must look at the bigger picture. What is good for Ghana? Because at the end of the day, as Ghana is suffering from ecocide, we are all affected. The water we are drinking, for example, when you are drinking your water today, Ghana water does not remove the toxins. So even if the water is clear, it doesn't mean there's no cyanide, no arsenic, or no mercury in it. That is why we've consistently asked that Ghana Resource Company must publish the results of the test of our waters so we know exactly what is coming through our tap. Then maybe Ghanaians will start sitting up and not just shielding people in their party. This is completely unacceptable. But of course, the democratic system, the legal system, allows appeals. So an appeal can be made to the Court of Appeal. If one is dissatisfied, an appeal to the Supreme Court. But the end of the road will come, and whatever decision the Supreme Court comes up with, we'll have to stand by that.
I see. Let me conclude then by asking you whether you think the sentence suits the crime. Because even when I had 20 years, I was like, hey, did you have the same expression? Or you think the sentence suits the crime?
You see, the sentence is very high. But what one has to understand is that when the law was amended, to make it a minimum of 15 years, I'm not quite sure who was complaining. You see, for me, I'm not taking any comfort in anybody spending a lengthy time in jail. What I'm saying is that the mayhem has to stop. We're all being convicted. We're all being poisoned. Now the law is there. Until the law is repealed, that is what we stand by. The law, if I am properly informed, it's a minimum of 15 years. Because poisoning people is not a joke. Potentially, the act that one is doing by causing ecocide could lead to death. So in a sense, it's murder. It may not happen the same day, but it is causing the deaths of people. I've talked about kidney disease, deformed babies. Which mother wants to carry a child for 9 months and then the child is deformed? We are being poisoned. So yes, 15 years is a very long time. 20 years is a very long time. But it was supposed to show the seriousness of the situation. And they should send a clear message that anybody who is involved should just stop. And those who are thinking of going into it should not even think about it, because if they are arrested, prosecuted, and found guilty, this is the sentence that awaits them. So it should be a deterrent.
Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Awula Serwaa, coordinator, Eco-Conscious Citizens, has held this consistent position for a long time, since we started speaking to her under the MPP administration, all the way to this administration. She insists that we have something serious on our hands and we are not treating it with the seriousness it deserves. So Adam was on the floor. In fact, we're going through the judgment of the courts. Now, because yesterday, when I was talking about the fact that the court could have accepted the application for deferment and adjournment, what they were taking to the Supreme Court was a commentary on the laws.
Good.
How the laws should be applied.
Good.
So what did the judge have to say about the laws that were being applied in this case?
So for section 14.1, the judge identified 3 elements.
Okay.
Mineral right holder,
Okay.
prohibited dealings, absence of prior written ministerial approval.
Mineral rights holder, prohibited dealings,
Yes. And absence of prior written ministerial approval.
Okay.
Those were the three things the judge identified in Section 14.
Okay.
1. For Section 99 2B, the judge identified 4 elements.
Okay.
Contravening act,
Okay.
absence of specific penalty, facilitation by accused,
Okay.
and purposeful conduct.
Okay. Go over that again.
The judge identified 4 elements under Section 99 2B.
Okay.
1. Contravening act.
Okay.
2. Absence of specific penalty.
Absence of specific penalty. Okay.
Yes. 3. Facilitation by accused.
Okay.
4. Purposeful conduct.
Purposeful conduct.
Yes.
Okay.
So, preliminary constitutional issue.
Okay.
No referral to Supreme Court.
Okay.
The defense asks the High Court to stay a judgment and refer question to the Supreme Court
okay.
under Article 132.
Okay.
Argument. Section 14.1 and 99 2B and count 4 and 6 were allegedly vague or overbroad. Yes. The defense says they are vague or overbroad under Article 1911.
Okay.
Judge's reasoning. A lower court does not refer a matter merely because a party says constitutional interpretation arises.
Okay.
The question must be genuine, real, and unclear.
So the judge was not convinced that the question was genuine, real, and unclear.
Yes.
Okay.
The judge held that Article 1911 was satisfied because the offense and penalty were defined and prescribed in written law.
Okay.
Result: request for stay and referral reference refused.
Okay.
The court proceeded to judgment on the merits.
Okay. So what did the court then decide on the merits of the case ultimately?
Good. The judge's reasoning on count 1 and 3.
Okay.
Count 1 and count 3.
Okay.
No ministerial approval. The court found this was effectively uncontested.
Okay.
Minerals,
that none of the defense did not contest
absolutely
that there was no ministerial approval before allowing the people onto the concession. Okay.
Minerals Commission evidence shows no application for approval or transfer.
Okay. So on record.
On record.
Okay.
Second, exclusive mineral right. Exhibit G granted Akuntan Mining the exclusive right to work, develop, and produce mining in the area.
Okay.
Third,
so there was no question about whether or not the concession was granted to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Third, encumbrance/dealing.
Okay.
Allowing a third party to exercise that exclusive right was inconsistent with Akunta's own exclusive mineral right and therefore encumbered it.
Okay.
Next, oral arrangement not a defense.
Okay.
The judge rejected the argument that only formal written transfer or assignment fall under Section 14.1.
Okay. Because that was the argument. The argument that, and I heard some of the MPs from Parliament also making the same argument, the suggestion that there is nothing on record to show that they actually did assign the concession for the illegal activities of the people in question.
Yeah.
So the judge is saying that cannot be a defense.
At all.
Okay.
Conclusion. A1 and A3 dealt with or encumbered the mineral right without prior ministerial approval.
Okay.
That's the judge's reasoning on count 1 and count 3.
Okay.
Now, judge's reasoning, mining versus reclamation. There was a case for mining versus reclamation.
Yes.
A1 admitted allowing Henry Okum onto the concession, but said the permission was strictly for reclamation, not mining. Okum maintained that A1, which is Wontumi, permitted him to mine unmined portions and use part of the proceeds to fund reclamation.
Okay.
Yes. Okum, let me take that again. Okum maintained that Wontumi permitted him to mine unmined portions and use part of the proceeds to fund reclamation.
Okay. Hey, Charlie. This is quite what is happening there. I was confused for a moment. Okay, so you said Okum maintained that he permitted him to mine part of the mine portions and use part of the proceeds to
reclaim the land.
So this is Okum's words.
Those are his words.
So at the center of this are two people, Okum and Aisi.
Yes.
Okay, please go ahead.
The arrangement was not documented and there was no direct witness to the original discussion. The judge relied on circumstantial evidence.
Okay.
Key circumstances. Okum was a small-scale miner.
Okay.
No evidence he had reclamation experience. Reclamation is costly. A1 gave no evidence of funding the reclamation.
Okay. So one, he's a small-scale miner.
Yes.
You
No
said
evidence he had reclamation experience.
Okay, because I heard you say earlier that if you want to do reclamation, you need proper registration and license.
Exactly.
So there's no evidence that he has ever done the reclamation before.
Yes.
And thirdly, you said one other thing.
Reclamation is costly.
Okay, the cost of reclamation.
Yes.
And there's no evidence that he was paid
Exactly.
for that job.
Exactly.
Okay.
The court held that the explanation that Okum would recover cost for future the future gold sale was an afterthought. The argument that Wontumi's defense put up that they expected Okum to fund the reclamation from proceeds of mining was an afterthought.
Okay.
So those are the circumstantial evidence the judge used to shoot down that argument.
He was interesting arguments were made in court. So that's for the other counts.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to the last two counts, count 4 and count 6.
Okay.
Contravening act, PW1, which is prosecution witness 1 and PW2. When I say PW1 and 2, prosecution witness 1 and 2.
Okay.
Entered the concession. So it looks like they entered the concession and undertook mining and reclamation without the required license or approval.
Okay. So that's Okum and AEC.
Yes.
Okay.
Reclamation point. Even if A1's version was accepted, reclamation...
That's if Wontumi's version was accepted.
Reclamation is a mine support service and Okum was not licensed or registered to provide it.
Okay. So the judge is saying that even if we accept that, Wontumi says he gave them the permission to go and do reclamation.
Yeah.
Reclamation is covered under the law.
Absolutely.
And in order to do reclamation, you must be licensed.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Okum did not have the license.
Absolutely don't.
Okay.
Facilitation. A1 permitted Okum onto the concession and, according to the court, facilitated the activity of Okum and IEC.
Okay.
Purposefulness. The judge relied on equipment assistance.
Okay.
Failure to verify Okum's competence, failure to supervise the site, and the RECSEC-related evidence.
Okay, so go over that again. One, you see the judge relied on equipment support.
Equipment assistance.
Equipment assistance.
Yes.
So which means you are saying that they gave them equipment.
That's what it means.
Okay.
Yes.
So when we're talking about
purposefulness.
Okay.
Yes.
So purposefulness in terms of they're saying alleged purposeful facilitation.
Yes.
Okay. Then they are relying on one, equipment assistance.
Yes.
So which means that Akonta Mining and Wontumi provided equipments to these two people to go and do what they were doing. Okay.
Second, failure to verify Okum's competence.
Okay. So whether or not they had the competence to do what, okay.
And then failure to supervise the site.
Okay. So it means they were found to be doing illegal mining.
Yeah.
Akonta Mining says we gave them a different job. The judge is saying you failed to ensure that they did the job for which you allegedly gave them, you claim to have given them the concession.
Yes.
Okay.
Then final point under purposefulness is RECSEC-related evidence. What it means is that RECSEC also provided some evidence to show that this illegality was taking place. So conclusion, A1 and A3 purposely facilitated contravention of Article 703.
Okay.
So that is...
Okay.
So that's the conclusion the court arrives
so
at.
on all, okay, so we're 6 counts.
6 counts.
The judge put them into groups 2, 3.
Absolutely.
Okay, so and on all of them, the judge was convinced that there was guilt had been established.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that is that.
Okay, then let's come to the judge's decision.
Yes.
Okay, what did the judge decide then? Okay, now I am convinced that you are guilty. The crime has been
punishment proven. And forfeiture.
Okay.
So A1 count 1, 20 years imprisonment with hard labor plus a fine of 10,000 penalty unit.
Okay.
Default of which he would be slapped with 3 years in hard labor.
Okay. So additional 3 years.
Additional 3 years.
Okay.
So A1, so the first count, A1, count 1, 20 years imprisonment.
Okay.
Now, A1 again, count 4.
Okay.
20 years imprisonment with hard labor plus fine of 10,000 penalty units.
Okay.
Same thing.
Okay.
But I hope you understand the two count. Count 1 and count 4.
Mm-hmm.
Count 1 is the granting of access.
Okay.
And then the count 4 is the facilitation.
Okay.
Same punishment.
Okay.
But it says it will be served concurrently.
Okay. So,
but that's I don't understand what that means.
He will serve 1.
Okay.
Yes.
So A3, count 3. A3 is the company.
Okay.
Count 3, fine of 15,000 penalty unit.
Okay.
And then, which is the count 3 is the access.
Okay.
And then count 6 is facilitation. So for A3, count 6, fine of the same punishment for us. So Wontumi has 2 counts to answer for. 1, count 1
and count 4.
And count 4.
Okay.
And then the company also has 2 counts to account for count 3 and count 6. And the punishment for the 2 counts are the same. So sentences run concurrently. Items retrieved from the concession were forfeited to the state.
Okay. Thank you very much for that summary. And that clarifies everything. We've been hearing, we have heard from the NPP. We have heard from many people who have been responding to this. Generally, my only response was that, hey, TTS. The DS is long ago. Anyway, let's introduce you to who Chairman Wontumi is. This matter has come up before, and this was his response when I think President Mahama, then the leader of the opposition, said something about it. This is what he had to say.
The pickups, Mahama, now call who's through say the other year meaning I know still have me. That's who hold me captaincy. Say I'm still remain as a captain. No, like I said, me back on time mining. Me guru na matwaro ye na me akwa wu me usuro me wo ye president kwa na oba national security for no mo negotiate with me asa no aba now you negotiate with me asa no enter now who just Wontumi ye team kitwa wo say wo betime no me na desi this for no na me no ye na this for Wontumi ka say obi ntu bi no o pa na mo nya ye omo ye one na ye do me Wontumi de oboa Wontumi min slow na problem run na Wontumi mama se me ni anu gira ho ya fa so da fodi wachi na hwesa me wachi me a se me ba ya na juma yi we will push ubetimi a push Wontumi na even illegal legal no what is the difference the pickups mama.
But in the meantime, you're looking for quality food that gives your engine smooth performance. Don't look any further. Gold Super XP is of premium quality and gives you the correct choice when buying regular fuel. Gold Super XP is fortified with a special additive that gives longevity to your engine, makes your engine perform to the max using minimal fuel that takes you further. Just go fuel up your vehicle and enjoy the smooth ride with all the benefits. As you journey the road, look out for Gold stations and fuel up your vehicle with quality you can trust. Gold Super XP. Thank you. God is good energy. And also, Consolidated Bank Ghana Limited invites you to the 6th Women in Trade and Investment Conference 2026 from July 29 to 31, 2026 at the CBG SME Center, Blackmore at Kokomlemle near Paloma Hotel from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. each day.